This is Brent Walton at the QN4U BBQ House, and today in our series of barbecue tips, we're going to talk about tri-tip, the Valley's favorite. There's a lot of little things you need to know about your tri-tip to make it better, and I'm going to show you a couple little secrets today to help yours be the best one on the block. First thing I want you to notice is the shape of it. It is a 3-point roast. And one of the things I want to show today that's really important, and the thing I see one of the biggest mistakes I ever see in this Valley on tri-tip, is it's always cut wrong. And today we're going to show you how to cut it right. You want to cut it down the grain all the way through. And this, most of the time, is going to give you the best cut of this tri-tip. It'll make it more tender than if you're cutting it any other way. So look at this like a triangle, which it is, the biggest part across the bottom, and you want to cut from the top. If you have to, you can mark the tri-tip. And a lot of people, it makes it easy to do that. Just cut the top off and know that that's where you cut it. You'll see it when you cooked. And you know that's where you want to start cutting, and follow that all the way through. You can find them with the fat all over them, and you can pull all that fat off and get a tri-tip underneath it, but it's worth the money to let them trim it. Believe me. Most time they'll take it off this far. You can take the rest of the fat off yourself. I do that quite a bit. I might come in and take any what I call silver skins off, and it's simple to do, just takes a minute, but I think it makes for a more tender tri-tip. So I go ahead and take every single thing off the tri-tips I cook. It's not necessary, but I like to do it. Very simple. And you have a nice clean tri-tip there. With tri-tip, there's only a couple things you really ever need to do to it. One is put a good rub on it. The rub I have here today is the traditional Santa Maria style rub. Salt, pepper, and garlic salt. That's the only three things they basically use in the standard tri-tip. The rubs you've seen in our other series, you can use that rub as well. In fact, I prefer that rub. But for this sake, we're going to use the Santa Maria style. Put it on, rub it around, just like we did on the ribs and the other series, and you're in for a real treat. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit is the way to cook tri-tips, and really you can cook them any way. You could put this in the oven at home, cook this for 30-40 minutes at about 425 in your oven, and it'll come out beautiful and work for you. The one thing you want to do when you cook these things, no matter how you cook it, is let them rest before you cut into them. Everything we cook, we let it rest at least 10 or 15 minutes, then cut into it. You cut into it right away, you can lose all the juices out of that meat. If you let it set 10 or 15 minutes, it's going to reward you because the juices will be back in that meat and not running out on the table. The other way you can cook these things, obviously, is on the grill, which is the most popular. A lot of people tend to cook them too hot, too fast, and that's what you got to watch out for with tri-tip. You don't want it crusty on the outside and raw in the middle. So take your time with it. Barbecue always rewards patience. So I want to show you our finished product. We cooked it on the grill already today and have it ready to go for you, and we'll go to that next. Tri-tip is now done. And I purposely did it with the grill marks going in the direction that I wanted to show you. We want to slice opposite of that direction. So I want you to picture this in your mind. You're going opposite of those lines. And I also want to talk about the thickness. We're going to cut this up a little bit. It is set, it's rested, there won't be any juices running out of it. But for demonstration purposes, I want to show you that's what it should look like on the inside. It's retaining the moisture. It's not running out. Let me do a few slices. Again, you only want to slice these things about 1/4 inch thick. You don't want to get them too thick, but that tri-tip should reward you well. And you can see it's not running all out on the board. That's what you get for resting the tri-tip. It makes a tremendous difference. This is Brent Walton at QN4U BBQ House. I hope what we've shown you here today can help you with your barbecue. If you have more questions, you always get a hold of us. You can call me at 765-4078. We're located here on Clovis Avenue in the Barnyard Shopping Center. Or you can always check us out online at QN4UBBQHouse.com. Appreciate it, and thank you.